Next two things are new trailers. One of them I've seen already, one of them I have not. So we're going to watch the one that I've seen already, which is the Fantastic Four trailer. I think this has kind of been all over everyone's timeline. This was a very highly anticipated trailer. They had a little promo the day before it was released, and then they did a 7 a.m. Eastern release that apparently started with a 1 hour countdown. So people were pretty upset that they woke up so early just to, instead of watching a trailer, watch a 1 hour countdown to a trailer. That's understandable. I did not set my alarm early to watch it. I just watched it later in the day. But it looks good, so let's just take a look at it real quick.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what.
Do you think they did a good job of casting the main four, with maybe one exception? I'll get into that in a minute.
How's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
The Thing looks great, though. They definitely had the team that worked on Thanos working on him, I think. That music hits too. Michael Giacchino never misses. Overall, I think this trailer has the sauce. This was already really the only upcoming MCU movie that I'm like excited for. And this kind of solidified that I think I won't be disappointed. Obviously, it's still too early to tell, but the costumes, the way the characters look, the way the music hits, the production design of this whole retro future aesthetic, I mean, they're kind of nailing everything as far as what they're showing us. We don't see Reed Richards' powers at all. He's the only person whose powers we don't see. Obviously, we see Invisible Woman, we see The Thing, we see Johnny. Hopefully the stretchy powers look good. That's definitely one that could miss. This right here, the shot right here, looks awesome. With the dirty camera, the dirty lens as he takes off and flames on. Little details like that with the lens flares and everything, that gives me a lot of hope for this. That being said, I do think Joseph Quinn is maybe the weakest casting. And I might be alone in this. I know he gets a lot of love. People loved him in Stranger Things. They liked him in Gladiator. What else has he been in? But in the A Quiet Place prequel. Personally, I have not yet. I'm not on board yet. I'll give him a fair shake in this. I don't want him to be bad. I think I have an unpopular opinion that I'm not stoked on this casting. Yeah, I mean, these shots look great. Like this car, like how sick is this? I mean, the fact that all the cars look kind of sick. Obviously theirs is the coolest, but I don't know, I think there's another shot where you can kind of see some other cars in the background. You got John Malkovich. I have no idea who he's playing. Just a random insert shot of him with no context. But I'm not going to say no to John Malkovich. As a family, that means tie into the Fast and Furious universe. And these costumes are sick. I like that they're not so skin tight. Like in the closer up shots, you can tell they're like a sweater is what they look like. The fact that they're a little bit loose and they can move around in it, and it definitely is a departure from what the classic MCU superhero outfit has been. Then, yeah, everything about this design, the music, the way it kicks in. Again, Michael Giacchino, he was the person I had the least worries about going into this. He really can't miss. And this comes out, I think it's the week after Superman. So, a very busy July. Should be a big month at the box office. So that's pretty exciting. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the next trailer we're watching might also be a July release. But let's take a look at Jurassic World Rebirth. I have not seen this trailer yet. I do not like the Jurassic World movies. I think they all suck. Jurassic Park, however, is arguably my favorite movie of all time. Supposedly, this is a new direction. I believe we're abandoning Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. I think this is directed by. It might be in here. Oh yeah, here, Gareth Edwards. Okay, yeah. So it is director of Rogue One. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. So I have not seen it yet. Watching it with fresh eyes. Let's see what it looks like.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
Sorry, what mission?
Okay, that was interesting. First impressions, I think they had me in the first half. I think the first half of this trailer is fairly strong. It looks like a departure from the previous Jurassic World movies. They do immediately hit you with the remember the first movie? Like right off the rip. Oh, remember when the banner fell down? I do remember that. The idea of having to go back to the island has been done. That's not particularly novel. These guys look pretty crazy. I got no idea what these guys are. Assuming this takes place in the same world as the other Jurassic World movies, how many times have they gone back to this island and then everyone dies and yet they keep doing it? But they acknowledge it by saying, you know, no one's dumb enough to go where we're going. Actually, there are plenty of people who are that dumb. I've seen it happen in like 6 different movies. This part, this is where they started to lose me a little bit. There's a couple of quippy lines here, some joke deliveries that I'm not super stoked about. Let's run this one back.
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
Yeah, there's a worse one later on, but that was the first one that made me go, a little cheesy. Another remember the Raptors. One thing I'll give this trailer credit for though is in the Jurassic World movies, at some point they started adding accurate dinosaurs and giving them feathers. I think that's bullshit. Generally, I'm very pro-science. I am very anti dinosaurs having feathers, at least in the context of film. I don't care if, in reality, raptors were tiny little chickens. I want them to be big and scaly and scary. Then they're continuing the Jurassic World formula of every movie, there's actually a bigger, scarier, genetically altered monster dinosaur that we've never seen before, but it is bigger and scarier and more efficient at killing than every other big, scary dinosaur we've seen. This is the other line that stuck out a little bit.
Hunt. They're helping
run
the
it back.
mosasaur. Defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
None of what you just said is good. I don't know if that's the most appropriate response in that moment, but maybe it plays out better in the actual scene. This does come out in July. It doesn't have a set date. I wonder if one of these gets pushed, or if we're really getting Superman, Fantastic Four, and a new Jurassic World 3 weeks in a row. I would be a little bit surprised. I don't know what else is planned for the summer. I don't know off the top of my head if there's anything with June or August release dates that they're trying to avoid. But having those 3 all in theaters at the same time, back to back to back weeks, I got a feeling one of them's going to move. At least. This one has more work to do to convince me. Off rip, it doesn't scream as terrible as the other Jurassic World movies. They clearly want you to think it's something new. You know, with the whole a new era is born. New cast. I appreciate that, but I don't know, man. They made a perfect movie in 1993 or whenever Jurassic Park came out. And I get that dinosaurs are cool. They kind of have a monopoly on dinosaurs. You know, I'm not sure why other movies don't use dinosaurs. This isn't IP that's owned by Universal. The only the only other dinosaur movie that I watched recently was this. This is awful. If you haven't seen 65, I think it was streaming on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. Adam Driver in a dinosaur movie.
There's something alien out there.
It's not good. This came out in 2023, I think, and was pretty low on my list of movies for the entire year. Yeah, this even this trailer doesn't look that bad, but goddamn, was this not a good movie? Let's see. I think it was 2023. Yeah. So of the 40 films I have in my 2023 list, it was only better than Leave the World Behind, Aquaman, and The Flash, and just barely worse than Quantumania. But I think that'll do it for dinosaur talk for the day.